Hello and welcome to today's video. This time we'll be starting our journey creating the Snoopy Doghouse. This is the artwork from DeAgostini that's just been released in the UK. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Right then, so this was parcel number 1. And this one arrived, I suppose it was about a month ago, and I thought what we do is do the first couple of parcels worth and then see what's what. So we've got a little invoice in there. Let's see what's in the this first box here. A couple of magazines, some glue by the look of it. A poster and a welcome letter. So that's what comes in the first box. Let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. So in the first pack then, on the invoice, it says it was Snoopy House Build-Up UK, issue 1, the welcome letter, and UK Build-Up number 2, issue 2. So this is the welcome letter. Dear collector, welcome to the Snoopy House Build-Up collection. We're glad you've joined us and sure you will love this thrilling adventure. Each month you'll receive packages containing issues of your Snoopy House Build-Up model, as well as exclusive gifts created especially for this offer, all delivered directly to your door. Yep. Okay, yeah, brilliant. All looks fairly straightforward, so that's good. Now, we got this one here, which, well, let's have a look, I suppose, through issue 1. Let's see what this is about. Now, I don't know if this is instructions or what, so I guess that's the finished thing. Now I've got a spot here in my YouTube studio which I'm going to build this and assemble this over the coming months. So this looks like it's the actual instructions. So yeah, we'll be making the couch a back wall picture frame as well, plus there's a couple of figurines as well. It's got some classic scenes. So this actually, the couch that we're about to be building is actually represented in a cartoon there. This scene is based on the original comic strip from March the 2nd, 1997. Sally is ignoring her brother Charlie Brown to read from the Bible. In the Peanuts comic strip, Linus often quotes from the Bible, as is well known to Peanuts fans. Well, there you go. So, there you go. Couch, join the backrest, arms and seat together from the basis of the couch. Okay, so we should be okay to do that. So yeah, so it shows you that in this issue, that's the little box, the little scene that we're actually going to be recreating. And it says we got assembly instructions, first of all, a character gallery. This time it's on Snoopy. Then we've got Peanut Story landmarks and classic comic strips. So here's the detailed step-by-step instructions. So that's pretty good. So I shall follow those in a minute. And we'll get this first bit assembled. I think you get everything that you actually need. There's a screwdriver in here. I believe there's some glue. Is there a screwdriver there? Yeah, I'm not sure. Might be in with the packaging. Yeah, there's a screwdriver. So I think all the bits you need are included. And that's what it should look like at the end. And then there's a picture frame as well. And that says issue 1 is complete. Then this is a little look at the development of Snoopy, how he's changed over the decades by the look of it. Oh, his first appearance there, October the 4th, 1950. Oh, that's good. I really like the early strips. I mean, I love all Peanuts by Schultz across the board, but the early ones have, because the ones I never ever read, they've got a real charm about them. There's a little feature on Schultz there as well. Some of his very early ones, Little Folks. That was like almost like a blueprint for Peanuts. October 1950, some classic strips here. The ones I particularly like from this era are when they go to the newsagents and they're sat around reading the comic books. I think they're just brilliant. They're really, really great. And there are some in these early years. It doesn't look like they've reprinted any of those here, which is a shame, because they're my favourites. There's some more classic strips on the back. So there we go. Good stuff. So I think what we'll do, oh, we've also got issue 2 to do, of course, as well, but let's see what this one is. Is this poster? Ah, right. So this is a poster looking at all the different parts and pieces and scenes that will be coming up. So I think what we'll do, we'll have a look at the poster and what's coming up at the end. But I think first of all, let's build part 1. Right, so I'm going to need to get all these pieces out of the packaging here. Now, I'm not sure what the most effective way or efficient way of doing this is going to be, in actual fact. To see if the card actually just comes off. Oh, there we are. Clonk. So I'm assuming that this packaging is recyclable. Let's get these little bits out. It's sort of like textured. It's almost like a cushion. Now there was 2 stages to this first part. Some very, very small screws there. We got 2 figures as well, Linus and Snoopy, plus a little bit of a picture frame. So there's all the pieces. I'll rescue that bit off the floor. Okay then, so assembling the couch. So it says part 1. We have to take this, which I guess is the base here. It says take the part, which is marked as number 4, and identify the front and the back. The long side with 2 holes goes at the back to support the backrest. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. Yeah, and we got the 2 arms here. So the slotted sides fit against the backrest. I see. So I think they go like that. Now, it says the left armrest and the right armrest are not identical, so make sure you get them around the right way. Well, that to me looks correct. The arms point out like so. There we are. I make them so that they click in because we have to screw these in a minute. And this one goes around this way, so the armrest going out like so. Okay. And it actually asks us to screw these in. So these screws are really, really tiny. So doing this on my filming desk here, we should hopefully be okay not to lose any. But that is a tiny, tiny screw there, Phillips. Yeah, so when this was, I'm sure you've seen the adverts. If you like Peanuts, I'm sure you saw the adverts online where these were being promoted. And the UK, where I am, is not the first place to get these. They have been released. I believe the set or the series has come out in Japan already and is completed over there. And at least 1 or 2 other countries it's been completed. But obviously this is the first time it's been offered in the UK. And it's... I haven't bought a part work in a long, long time. But I thought this one really appealed to me with my love of Peanuts. And I thought this will look so cool when it's finished and lit up in the studio. So that's why I do it. I thought, well, it would be quite fun to film the whole process as well. So I hope you'll join me on this epic journey. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do like 2 months worth of parcels each video. So each video will be fairly long. And we've got the first, because I've got a whole nother month's worth to do here. So we'll do that on this first video. And yeah, do let me know how you're getting along in the comments. If you've got a particular place where you're going to be storing your finished treehouse, or doghouse, we should say, not treehouse, the Snoopy doghouse. Certainly it's going to look incredibly cool when it's done. And I'm going to put my Snoopy books next to it as well. So have a little Snoopy area. So yeah, I'm following the instructions here. So we've secured that in. Okay. That's interesting. It says the screwdriver has a magnetic tip. I thought they were going in there rather easily, so that's quite handy. Now the back bit here. So this backboard is actually, it's already together by the look of it. So the front and back pieces of the backrest are together. So I'm just squeezing them in a little bit further, like so. And then this one I would assume just goes into there, like so. That looks like it's a perfect fit to me. Yeah, there we are. Fit the backrest to the back of the seat by firmly pressing it, and also, once again, it needs screwing in. So we shall do that now. You see the magnetised end of the Phillips head screwdriver. So there was a time when I used to have, I don't know, probably the best part of 100 Snoopy paperbacks, and I'm sure you know the ones I mean. They were incredibly popular in the UK and USA, and they started getting published in the late 1950s. And I used to have a lovely run of them, but I got rid of those when the archive editions started being published in America by Fantagraphics, and they were published over here, I think, by a firm called Canongate. And they are excellent archival reprints, all in the correct chronological order. Beautiful, beautiful books. I have also got some other really, really nice Peanuts books that have been published over the years, and I'll showcase some of those if you're interested in seeing those in the various episodes as we go along here. Okay, so that looks good. Now, there's no cushions yet, but it does say in the instructions. So that's it for the seat. We have to pop Snoopy and Linus in there, like so, just for now. I think they're going to be sat on cushions eventually, like that. And that's it. So that's the assembly stages finished for the at least part one, which is that bit of the couch there. So we'll pop that over there. Then we've got this, which is assembling the picture frame and the back wall. I see. So, picture frame first of all. Yep, front, and there's the back. That makes sense. Oh, there's the actual picture. We're going to blow that on the floor. Okay, so the picture is a sticker, so carefully peel it off. We will. And we want to make sure that's the top, that small bit there. So that's good. And that's the picture. Now, what's that picture of? Looks like a couple of houses in a meadow or something like that. Now, this is fiddly, since it's a sticker. There we are. We got it. There we are. Lovely. Okay, and then it looks as if this goes in here. There we are, like that. So that's like the backdrop to the wall there. Okay, and that's it. So that was issue 1 complete. We've got a spare screw, which we'll keep in our little, and have a little box of bits and pieces for anything that's left over. But that was issue 1, and if you have a look there, that's what we're going to be aiming for, this first scene. So there's definitely some cushions, there's some more figures, and there's some more backdrop stuff to fit onto there by the looks of it. So yeah, so that was it for issue 1. But thankfully, you get issue 2 at the same time. So I'll just pop these over there. And once again, this is on one of those bits of card there. So I'll just get that open now. I did spot on the back of this second one, and I answered my own question, that these definitely are recyclable. I'm really, really pleased to see that. Right, here we go. So these are the next parts. That must be like the base of the scene by the looks of it. There we are. Let's pop that there. Okay, so we've got the cushions. It wouldn't be a very comfortable couch without that, would it? God, now these bits look fiddly, don't they? There we are. That's all those bits and pieces there. Lay these out and get the instructions. Now, before we get assembling, we'll have a look through issue 2. So what are we going to be building then? So we're going to be finishing off the couch with the cushions, putting on the floor. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. And making a little side table. We get figurines of Charlie Brown and Sally. So that's given us our instructions there. So all seems fairly straightforward. Then this is a focus on Charlie Brown now. So they had Snoopy on the last issue. So this is a focus on Charlie Brown. And I do like the way, at least so far, that they're focusing on the really early strips, and maybe they'll work their way through as we go along. Yeah, a bit more on the origins of Peanuts there, and little folks. November 1950. With some classic strips. And there we are. Brilliant. Well, that is great. So let's get this second part built. Okay, so it says we need to put the base on the chair. So press all the locating pins into the matching holes. So that's for, actually for this one. That base I think it stays as is, but this is the bottom part of the cushion here. And we have to line these up. Yeah, that just seems to have fitted in there okay. Now we've got the smaller cushions. And once again, these have got 4 struts to put in there. Very, very straightforward so far. There we are. And it looks like the large cushion just goes in that way. Like so, yeah. Okay, and then we put the 2 cushions on. I don't think there's a particular way that they should go, but that does look much better, doesn't it? There we are. They're actually quite soft. They've actually got some material on them. So that's the chair done. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Next, we're going to do the table, the side table. So let's get the bits to the side table here. Which is this. Okay. All right. So by the looks of it, we have to apply some glue to the 4 pins there. It says only apply a tiny little bit. It says use the applicator tube or the tip of a toothpick. So let's do that next. Okay then, so here is the glue that comes with it. I haven't bothered to buy any, glue myself. I'm going to do everything as supplied, but I guess this is you get two little nibs here. I guess because this is so fiddly, they just want you to put basically a tiny bit of glue, a dot, on each of those 4, and then that's it. That's all we have to do. So there is a dot of glue on each bit. But that glue was not easy to get out, so it may well be that it's worth getting an alternative source for some like super glue or something like that. And there we are. So that can only go in one way, and we'll just hold that together for a bit. And then I guess the table legs have to go in these 4 little holes. So we'll give that a minute to dry. Okay, so this has had a minute or two to dry now. So we're going to get the chair legs on. They're very, very small, and they have to go in like this, and basically they have to be angled out rather than in. But due to the nature of the actual doghouse itself, the scenes are going to be small, so the actual pieces going in them are also likely to be small. It's interesting that in the instructions, and I'll just show you these while we go along, that there's a whole section there, you can see it, on actually applying the glue. So it's almost like they realise that the glue bit is a bit fiddly, and you know, you need to take a bit of extra care with that. But I mean, we got it in the end. But there we are. So that is that's the chair assembled. So that's good. So the sofa, the table rather. Now we're going to go to the backdrop. Now that was the bit from last time. It should just go like so. Let's pop these bits over there a moment. Right, so it says this bit here is the front bit. This is going to be, because the actual scenes are reversible, so that's going to be a scene that we've not got yet. This is the scene that we're dealing with this sort of hardwood sort of floor effect here. So what should happen is that this here should actually just slot in like so. I think it should go like that, and maybe we'll reattach our picture then. Now, it does say before we actually slot this in, once again, we need to glue it. So we're going to need to glue these bits in here, I believe. So let's get the glue ready. Okay, so it says to apply a little bit of instant glue into the 3 slots. And now that it's started, this glue is a bit easier to actually apply now. It says before the glue sets, take the back wall and get it in situ. And press the tabs at the bottom, all the way at the bottom into the 3 slots. So we've done that as well. And it also says apply a little bit of glue to the back of the picture frame. So it goes around like that. And it says to apply a little bit of glue in there as well, to secure that to the wall. So let's do that as well. So I'm going to do it around the edge here. I am surprised. Just take a bit of time and angle to get the glue to come out, even with the tiny little nozzle. There we are. So I've got some all around the edge there, so it should stay in place now. And it is, as they say, quick drying, so it's a bit like super glue in that respect. There we are. So that should hopefully now be in place. So that's the first base, like that. There we are. So it says, let's add the furniture and figurines to see the scene come together. So that's that. Now the table goes in there, like so. Let's grab the figures. Here we are. So we now get the 4 figures that we've got put in place here. Like 2 per cushion. It does, the figures do bring it to life, don't they? They really, really do. This one's called the relaxing at home. Is the first one here. The relaxing at home scene. And there we are. I think that's it for now. So these, I'm guessing, there's some holes there, 4 holes there. Some of this is going to be to do the main house, I suppose. And these other bits may be related to the scene that's on the back. Because don't forget, this is reversible. So there's a whole nother scene on the back there that we're going to make at some point in the future. As I said, I have got the next part. If we look at the front here with the picture, I'll just slide that over there. You can see this is the scene there, so we can see what's coming up. So there's some more stuff to go on the table. There's some more pictures to go on the backdrops by the look of it. And another table there with a light. So, and even some cushions. They've got some cushions to go behind them. So this particular scene is not finished yet. It's still a bit of a work in progress. But that was everything from the first and second parts. But we do have the next 2 as well to do. Okay, so here's the next part. Now this one was actually an even bigger box than the first one. So we'll have a look and see what's in this one. Receipt again. Right. Couple of interesting boxes. Another piece there. This looks like possibly a binder. Another thing of, is that glue again? Not sure what that is. And 3 magazines. So this is the next 3 parts by the look of it. Good stuff. Got these couple of boxes here. Looks like a completely different scene, that. So we'll keep that together there. And another box here. Brilliant. Right. That's everything unboxed. Let's have a look through the next part then. Right. Part 3 then. Here we are. Okay. So we're going to be assembling Charlie Brown's baseball team, the mound and the peanuts sign. Okay, that makes sense. Excellent. So the mound is there. Yep, the peanuts sign. We're going to be getting a figure of Lucy. And there's our assembly instructions. So I can't imagine that that's too difficult to put together. But we'll take a look. I have got a craft knife. I'm not sure if one's actually been included in here. We can have a look. And then collect the mound, and then Lucy goes on top. And assembling the peanut sign. Right, okay. Now this has got some electronics here. Wow, okay, because it looks like it's lighted. Wow. Okay, well that looks pretty cool. Then a feature on Lucy herself. Excellent, nice colour, early colour Sunday from 1952, by the look of it. And some more early strips. Brilliant. Okay, well, let's get this one built. So I've got the backing card off, and now to get off this plastic frontage. Now this actually does feel, it feels like grass, which is really weird. Okay. Peanut sign here. we are. Okay, so there's all our bits. So it says to note, there's bits of grass coming off it. So it says turn the grass base over to see the details underneath. Okay, yes. There are fixing points on which a fence and other details will be mounted in a later issue. Okay, so it's important to get the front and the back of the part the correct way around, as shown above. Okay, yep, that's exactly how it is pictured. Now check that the grass does not overhang the edges of the base, as it may make it hard to assemble the scene. Yes, it's overhanging a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's massively overhanging. But then it says, now cut through the glass along the line that follows slot A in step 1. Oh, I see. So basically in here is some holes. I have to cut through the glass that follows slot A and slot B, which are these two here. Slot A and slot B. But it's saying to cut through the grass. I don't. I think it's because we're going to have stuff sticking in here, so we need to make it so the grass, that wherever we're going to be sticking in, there's room for it. And the same here. I think basically the grass has been put on in one sheet, and we need to get stuff inside it. Okay then, so I've gone and raided our cupboard, and I've got myself some toothpicks. Now, it's a bit unusual since they've referred to toothpicks quite a bit in the assembly of this, but they don't actually include any, so I wonder why that might be. But what it basically says is, it says to identify the front part of the mound, which is this one here with that little bit there. Then it says insert a toothpick to mark the holes, which I assume is that. Now they are already sort of marked, as it were. So we've got 2 holes going in there, like so. That's fair enough. Now then it says that we've got the front of the mound here. So it says to guide the toothpicks in like that, so that it goes in at the correct angle, I think, is how you're supposed to do it. Fit the ends of the toothpicks into the 2 holes under the mound indicated by the red arrows, making sure the mound is the correct way. Fit the toothpicks into it so that you can position it on the grass. So I'm assuming that that is exactly how it should be. And then turn the assembly over and screw the mound in place. So we've got some more screws here. So I think you just use the toothpicks as a bit of a guide. We've got our screwdriver here. And keeping this together in place should hopefully just go in quite easily into there with a bit of luck. Yeah, I can feel that catching. I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. An awful lot of grass has fallen off. As you can see, there's grass all over my table here. There we are, that appears to be fully tightened up. There we are. And that is the mound complete. Fair enough, that seemed fairly straightforward. Now it does also say, although we haven't got all the bits yet, we can actually, we've got the Lucy figure here. You can see the little, like, they're almost like skates, aren't they? So it does say you can fit her in now, just because that's where she's going to end up being when the scene is complete. Well, she doesn't stay in. It says, do not glue the figurine yet, as you may need to remove Lucy again during assembly. So that's almost like a placeholder, which is fair enough. Right, let's put that to one side, and we're going to be starting on the sign next. Okay, so this is the circuit board, and it says to carefully unwind this bit. So it looks like it's just held in a loop here, like so. Is that coming off? Yeah. There we are. So we shall indeed carefully unwind it, like so. And then, looking at it like that, this bit here, the end, is supposed to go through that hole there, like that. So we're doing a bit of wiring, as it were, like so. Okay, hold the circuit board carefully. Do not touch any part of the electrical circuit. Fit the circuit board into the back panel, gently pulling the wiring through the hole. Be careful to route it between the mounting posts as shown in the photo. So basically there's the little prongs there, and we don't want to force it down, and we just want to pull the wiring through, as it were. So that's what we're doing. Need to give it a little bit of leeway, like that, I think is how it's going to go. Okay, so now the final part of assembling the sign. So we've got the Peanuts logo here. Now it says the letter P, which I guess is this bit here. So we have to put the center of it into the P like this. There we are, that's popped in. It says if it's loose, apply a drop of glue. Well, we don't need that at all. And then in the A, we've got another little one, which we have to slip in like that. Once again, that has slipped in quite nicely. And we've got the Peanuts logo here, which is the peanuts there. So we have that one upside down. And then this goes into it like that. Let me push it down. Like so. Now, the next bit is to take what we've just wired in and put it on top. So it says fit the back panel onto the logo frame, taking care that it fits into the recess, running it all the way around the edges. If the back panel does not clip securely on into the outer frame, you can apply a few drops of glue. So we might need some glue if it doesn't sort of fit automatically. Take care that the circuit board does not come away from the back panel as you do so. So it's in about as clearly as we can, or cleanly as we can. That's exactly what happened. The back panel did come away, so it's in position. I think we just have to, there we are, we just have to put this on, and it should snap into place with a bit of luck. Hopefully without needing any glue or anything. But that's flush. And there we are. So that, I guess, at some point is going to be plugging into something to make that light up. But that's that assembly stage completed. So that was issue 3. Now, in the packet came this, which I think is a binder, like a box file rather, for the magazines, the parts, because I'm going to save it all, of course, because it's all part of the experience with the part work. Going to save all the bits and pieces. Here we are. And I do like the illustrations on the side. They do look very funky. So I guess this just, there we are, comes together. A little bit of origami required. Well, that proved to be slightly trickier than I was expecting. I think because of the actual thickness of the the boards, but it does give you a little 1, 2, 3. And I'm assuming that these are for the newsletters there, and they do fit in quite nicely. So that's not the newsletters, the instruction bits. So that's cool. So I'm going to keep all my instruction booklets in that one going forward, which is quite nice. Okay, so part 4. Aha, cushions for our chair. Oh, that's good. Well, we saw them in the picture, didn't we? So it's good that they're going to do that. And we get a Linus figure as well for the baseball thing. The back wall and clouds. So we get, that's where our logo is, with some clouds as well. Cool. Okay. So that looks fairly straightforward. So we're going to be going back to all the different pieces that we've had here, adding another bit to the baseball bit as well. Then this issue focuses on Linus as the character, and we've now moved on to the 1960s, so the Peanut strip in the 1960s, which is cool. Oh, but still classic strips from the 50s, so back to January 51. Wow. They really are showing loads and loads of classic strips in each issue, aren't they? But that's fairly straightforward. So let's get these cushions out then. So these are the bits in question. Get them unpacked. Okay. Well, it looks like you actually do need to, well, we'll get to that bit in a minute, but this is a bit of a crafty episode, this one, by the look of it. I'll take out old Linus here. He's going to be nice and simple. It's going to come out. There we are. Got some pieces on a sprue there. Okay. So the first thing it's asking us to do is the clouds. So there's 4 clouds here, and these are little cloud supports. And there's 3 short ones and 1 long one. So I think we have to break these off the sprue, like so. It would appear. There we are. Okay, so we have to identify the different clouds now. So we've got clouds 1, A to D. So that one is D. It says it's a little support. And we want to put another short one into the second cloud, which is this one. Another one into the third one. Then the longer one that goes in cloud D, which is this one. Once again, it said if they don't go in and stay in, you can use a bit of instant glue. Well, we haven't needed to do that. Okay, so we've got our back wall, which is this piece here. That's the top. And then it's literally asking us to align the flat end with the wall, press the support all the way into the hole using a drop of instant glue if it is loose. So that is the hole. And and it definitely is loose. So that's going to need some instant glue in there. Okay, so let's get the glue out here again. It should be enough to get this first cloud in. I'll hold it in place for a bit. Hopefully the instant glue will set. There we are. Right, cloud B is this one, I think. Or is it this one? They're very similar. No, cloud B is this one. Once again, it's a bit loose. So we're going to put a dab of glue in. And hold it in place. There we are. Now, number 3 and 4 are quite close together. This is number 3. Once again, not very secure, so I think all of these are going to need that bit of glue in. Yeah, it's taking. And then this last one on the long sprue has to go in like that. Once again, it's shaking around a bit, so yeah, none of those fitted very well. They all required glue. I mean, it does say you're going to need the glue, but so that's those in position here. They do seem, I got to say, that seems very, very fragile. I mean, it really does. That's just my opinion there. They seem a bit fragile. But now we have to put the peanut sign in. Now, we made that one a bit earlier. So the way it works is that this bit goes through here, like so. And that should go in there like that. And you can sort of see it go into place like so. There we are. So that's that assembly stage complete. And we have to hope that those clouds do dry in place. So I'm just going to pop that gently over there. Right, so the next bit, I've got to say, looks a little bit daunting. We've got some, this is glue for fabric. And basically what we've got to do is make the cushions ourselves. So they don't come pre-assembled. So what you do, I haven't read the instructions, is we take out, this is the cushion cover, like so. And it does suggest actually having a, using a toothpick or a cocktail stick, which is what I've got. And basically, we have to stuff the cushion with the padding there, like so. And then get a little bit of glue and seal this edge off so that the cushion is puffed out, as it were. And then sort of seal it off with a bulldog clip. Now, it suggests ripping it into pieces, but I'm tempted to just fold it like that and stick it in. And I think that, for me, will be a little bit easier. So let's see if I can just get it in like that. I don't think that's going to work somehow. Yeah, it does suggest that you actually tear it up into pieces, and then push it into the corners. But it seems to me really fiddly. This to me seems a bit of an unnecessary step. They could have just supplied these cushions ready. But there you go. So I shall tear it into balls like they suggest. Maybe just, yeah. I've torn it into 4 balls. And we'll see if that's a little bit easier to get them in, first of all. Yeah. This, to me, is not a very fun stage of the process. And it may be that if we get many more like this, I shall draft my wife in to give me a hand, because she's much more craftier than I am with this sort of stuff. Now I can see what they mean by pushing the foam into the corners to get the cushion fully padded out. And now that we've done, I think I've probably overdone that, but what we want to do, I'll tease it out a little bit more, like so. Now what I want to do is use some of this glue along the edges to sort of seal the cushion shut. So this is what they've supplied. It says white glue, which is different to what we've been using up to this point. And it does say to tease some onto like a bit of paper, and then just apply it with the cocktail stick again. And once again, the glue's being hard to get. Okay, so I've had to cut the end off the glue. It didn't actually tell you that. I've got a little bit squirted on there. And then what they suggest in the instructions is to use something like a toothpick to apply it to the edges of the fabric. So to pinch it together like so, and then use a bulldog clip on the end to seal it. And that to me is a bit of a faff, if you ask me, to make 4 cushions, which could probably have already come assembled, you know. But I know we're actually making the doghouse bit by bit, but even so, that seems a little unnecessary to me. But anyway, let's do the next one. I won't bore you by filming the other 3 cushions, but I shall get those done, and then I shall be back. Right, so that took about 10 minutes or so to get the cushions done. Not an enjoyable part of the process, but there you are. I guess it is what it is, and you're not really going to see them that well. This one wasn't that well made, that particular cushion, but it will be covered up with the figures as well, so I'm not ultimately too fussed about it. But at the same time, I'm showing it like it is. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not sponsored by DeAgostini, so this is just my own personal experience of making these as a Peanuts fan. So there we are. So that, that looks okay to me. I mean, it really does. So, we'll put the figures back on for now. I don't know if that is still, the scene still isn't quite finished, of course. There's more to come. But every little time we add something to it, it gets better and better. And the cushions aesthetically look great. I just think they were overly complicated to actually build, but that's it. That's just my opinion there. And now Linus isn't standing up, so stand up, or sit up, I should say. There we are. Now we have got Linus to add to the mound, and he's got one skate on the bottom, and he goes right on the very end here. But once again, they advise not to stick him in just yet, because this is not fully assembled. But that's it for that one. Right, so this is the final part. So this is part 5. And once again, we'll have a look through the book. And, so we can see some of this coming together now. So that's the mound. We've got the backdrop already built. And I guess we're going to be getting these bits next. So the baseboards, fences, etc. And a figurine of Schroeder. So that's what's coming in this one. So there's the assembly instructions. Okay. That seems fairly straightforward this time round. And the pictures need assembling and also gluing in. And that's it. Brilliant. This one, the character focuses on Schroeder. There he is with his famous piano, playing his Beethoven. And now stripped from February 1951. Looks like virtually all of them. There we are. Right, so let's get this final bit built up. So here's the pieces in the packets. What are those little tiny screws? Right. Lots and lots of bits and pieces here. These are the pictures for the backdrop by the look of it. And they're going to be similar to what we did before, aren't they? With the stickers and what have you. The Linus figure. So probably fairly similar to what we've done before in this particular issue, I reckon. Okay, so let us do the first bit. So assembling the base and the fences. Okay, we want to be popping this into here. That's what it looks like to me. But does it go in the front one or the back one? Let me check that out. Okay, so you need to pop some glue into the forward section here of these three. Once again, this glue is very, very difficult to to get out, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3. That should go in there. 1, 2, 3. Like so. There we are. Now, the next step is actually to get the pitch out. So it says to remove the figures, so we'll do that. And turn it over and identify the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 connections. And that, I believe, I think they only go on one way. Something along those lines. Like so. That feels like it's connected. But these need to be screwed in place. So they've given us a load of screws here. Try and get this first one in place. And hopefully it will keep the rest of them in place. Okay. Well, that did seem to do the trick, didn't it? So we've got 6 of these to put in place. Yeah, so while I was playing around with that, the first disaster happened. This one here, which was on the long sprue, broke off, and the sprue was glued in, so I couldn't actually do it. So I've taken it off the sprue, and it's now not quite as three-dimensional. I've actually stuck it back against the panel, so I'm hoping that that doesn't interfere with it down the line. But there you go. What can you do? Next thing we're going to do then is assemble some houses and bits and bobs. So I'm going to do that next. All right, so I've got this little house here, which, looking at the picture, I think should somehow fit in here. Like that. And then there's another one, which goes in just along here. You can feel the groove there. But it's a bit fiddly to get in, I gotta say. There we are. And this bit here, sort of the picket fence, I think goes along here and partially covers the house there, like that. That's how that's supposed to be. Okay. And a similar case for this one. So the you can sort of just about make out. It's supposed to go behind the logo. There we are. Yep, that looks like the picture. So like that. And then it does suggest we can put the 3 figures back, because we've got 3 figures now. So still not quite all of them. So Linus can now go in here, like so. Schroeder, rather. See in there. And Linus in the back. There's 2 more figures still to come. In fact, 3. There's maybe 1 there, and there's a couple more there. So that scene is definitely coming together. But like they say, don't glue them in yet, because we haven't quite finished. But that's that bit done as much as we can. I'm guessing this, we've still got the lead here, so this peanut sign is going to light up at some point. And obviously we're getting there on that sort of classic scene. So that's good. So we'll pop that one back over there. Right, last bit today then is assembling the pictures. So this appears to be the first one. And I'm guessing these are just stickers again. And this little half one, I want to make sure we get the right illustration. So for this first one, it's this one here. There we are. Now, once again, it suggests gluing these, because they have to go against, there's 4 slots there, and we had to glue that first one there, didn't we? So I think we will do as they suggest. I'm using this glue for the last time today. I think it would be easier to take these off and put the glue directly on the edges here. And like that. It's not going to need a lot, just a bit. Like that. That's the way to do it, I think. And the same with this one. Just put a little bit of glue around the edge here. And pop it back in. I'll get it around the right way. There we are. And those will now stay in place with a bit of luck. And it may be worth just doing these other ones while we're here now as well. Since we did glue them all, didn't we? So the other ones, so there we are. And of course, these can only be glued in one way, like so. And then that last one we'll do here, which is this one here. And that way they'll all stay in situ. At least that's the theory. There we are. So now when we turn it round, all the pictures are in place, and we'll be ready to add the sofa back in. There is still more to come in this scene. Got some stuff over this side as well, but it's definitely coming together. So there we are, that's where we're at the moment. So 2 scenes, not quite done, but almost done. And yeah, they're starting to come together and look really, really good. Now, as promised, here's the fold-out poster. And we'll have a look at this. So that's like the top. Here's the exclusive gifts. So we're going to be getting binders, 3 posters, a tote bag, and looks like a mug and a plate by the look of it. Let's turn it around here. Recreate the most iconic Peanuts comic strips in stunning 3D miniatures. There we are. So it gives you an idea of what we're going to be getting. So we've got the big doghouse and the mini doghouse, and you can swap them out, the different scenes. And that just shows what we've been looking through in the magazines. And then there's the premium set, which you get some extra scenes on, which we have gone for. And then this is ultimately what we're aiming for. So this is the doghouse itself, with all the different scenes that we've got to come. So many and varied, you could say. There's what we've been working on there. Time to Relax, that one's called. And it's going to look fantastic when it's done. Easy to build? Well, maybe. Fantastic. So there you go. So if you've enjoyed this first part of what could be many, many parts, then do please give the video a thumbs up. If you've not already, do please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future parts to this. And I will very much look forward to seeing you again very soon with another video. Bye.